All right, once dismissed by some as filler under Canadian content rules, Canadian music today has a strong and respected voice both at home and around the world. But not all artists of yesterday needed CanCon to be heard. Some rose to fame simply because they were so good. And tonight, a few of them are being inducted into the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame, including a poet and a singer that many artists came out to celebrate. James Murray reports.
The chords and that chorus are familiar to millions. Sweet City Woman was a big hit for the Stampeders in 1971. Now, all these years later, composer Rich Dodson and his signature song are going into the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. There is no actual hall, not yet. The award is in its infancy. So far, winners get a statue and a celebration, a gala concert recorded by CBC Radio and television.
I just can't believe the loveliness of loving you. I just can't believe it's true.
Everything from bubblegum hits like Andy Kim's Sugar Sugar to big band to Anne Murray.
Thank you very much.
Then there's the award that's grabbing all the attention for Leonard Cohen.
And poetry is a verdict, not a choice.
Critics have said
The Montrealer spent much of the 1960s writing searing songs about love and lust, thumbing his nose at censors who still held considerable power.
I don't think that anybody really considers the censor's opinion of your work definitive. The censor is in disrepute.
Times changed, and the rebel became a hero. Actually, he became a monk, living in a California monastery for much of the 1990s. While there, his output dwindled, and he says he was swindled. Cohen is suing his former manager for allegedly stealing millions, Cohen's life savings. In Toronto to receive this latest award, Cohen still draws a crowd.
How are you? He represents Canada and the human condition in a way that no one else does. I mean, he's a one of a kind, and he's a national treasure, that's for sure.
It doesn't take long before stars like Rufus Wainwright are trading their favorite Leonard lines.
Like there's a crack in everything, that's how the light gets in.
It's the Hall of Fame's biggest show yet, and organizers say there are more awards to give, more music to remember.
And we're looking forward to growing and just expanding and inducting Neil Young and Joni Mitchell and Robbie Robertson and all those other amazing songwriters whose time is overdue.
Like a night from some old-fashioned book.
Leonard Cohen listened while artists such as Willie Nelson sang his songs. Then Cohen said thanks.
I'm so privileged and so proud and so honored that you have accepted some of my letters. Thank you so much.
From a man who made his living with words, his words of thanks were perfect. James Murray, CBC News, Toronto.